At number 10 we have I Am a Fake Saintess But the Gods Are Obsessed. This manhwa is about Camilla, the saintess of the ages who's currently living in the temple as the saintess. But Camilla has a little secret that the high priest and crown prince know, and that is because Camilla is a fake saintess who got bought to the temple just to make the royal family still on power over to the people. Camilla has a fate to die inside of the real saintess that is about to come and take the things that is supposed to be hers. But that didn't happen when a soul from the future who reads the book of the fake saintess got transferred to Camilla's body. This time she started to change Camilla's fate in fears that she might get killed and never come back in life again. But during her way she meet the gods who gives blessing to the chosen one who they think suit the role of the saintess. Even when she gets the power of the scientist, Camilla hid this to everyone and patiently waited to the said real saintess. This manhwa is really fun to read and has a lot of amazing things that happen. It will give you the satisfaction of revenge and the idea of a powerful saintess. At number 9 we have Attic Princess. This manhwa is about Princess Osiria, a person who is branded as a cursed child. Princess Osiria spent most of her life locked in an attic after her father the emperor killed her mother, thinking that the reason why the kingdom isn't blessed with the god of water is because of her. But before her mother died, she put a curse in the kingdom that when they kill her child, then the kingdom will fall in ruin, as they thought that Osiria's mother is a witch. They did not kill the little Osiria who was just got born. Instead they locked her into the attic with all the servant who abused her, and ever after almost a decade, the kingdom still haven't find the chosen one who will make the kingdom rose to its standing before. And that is because they locked up the chosen one in the attic of their kingdom. Osiria has the power of the water god. Since she was a child this spirit become her shield and protector from all the abuse she gets. And when the emperor decided to trade Osiria to the other kingdom in exchange of water, she started to start the revenge that she's been planning on, and she decided to take no mercy to the people of the kingdom and the emperor. At number 8 we have It's My Destiny to Be the Hero's Savior. This manhwa is about Adrienne Eldier, a person who got transferred from the novel she reads and get constantly abused from the house of her father the Duke. And when gets a chance to meet her grandfather, she cling into him so much saying that she wanted to come visit the house of her grandfather the Archmage of the Empire. At first her father got so hype and don't want to give Adrienne to her grandfather, but knowing the power that the Archmage has, he has no choice but to give in. And when Adrienne is in the house of her mother's family, she started to tell them about what have been happening to her in the Duke's house. This also include the idea of how her mother died. Along the way for her revenge to the Duke, she started to have the power of a great chemist that made her known as the Saintess of the Empire. This give her a lot of access to get her revenge to her father who abused her. But on her way there's also a lot of people who's watching for her downfall. This manhwa is really good knowing that the abused daughter is the person that their kingdom needs. But it kinda bored me in some chapter because the female lead is lost in those chapters. But overall this is a great manhwa to read. At number 7 we have Preference of the Possessor. This manhwa is about Eilette Roadline, a person who got transmitted to the novel she's reading before she die. And in this novel she become the S-class person who gets to know a talent by just reading it. Eilette is the daughter of the alchemist of the house her family been living after her mother die in an incident. When she gets the body of the main character of the novel, Eilette started to explore her talent and achieve more things than her previous life. This made her know as the genius of today's generation. This also included the blessing of being the saintess of their kingdom. But Eilette hides the truth to everyone to protect her freedom from the temple who'll get her the moment they find out that she has holy power. Instead, Eilette shown herself as a healer of the kingdom who also good at fighting. This manhwa is really fun to read. It can make you feel like you're thirsty for more chapter. It has an art style that is pleasing to the eyes and the plot who has a lot of twist and surprises. At number 6 we have The Villain's Precious Daughter. This manhwa is about Cordella, a person who has the same appearance as the Saintess of the kingdom. And the fact that she has the same name, appearance and hair color like the Saintess made her life miserable. She constantly gets compared to the Scientist and she always get dragged down in every action of the Scientist. And when she get killed by the Duke, a soul transmitted to the body of Cordella and started her life as a kid. This soul who transmitted to Cordella body is a reader who reads the novel and know every little details about the story. This made her have the advantage to everyone. And in this life, she started to change her fate by not sticking with the Duke and pretending that she is not Cordella. But fate things got real mad when she helped the Duke himself and got adopted as her daughter. And when this news traveled from the whole kingdom, the temple started to ask for her in order to preserve the title of the Saintess. while Cordella is waiting for the real Saintess to come back into the novel and take her place, and after that happened Cordella plans to leave the capital. At number 5 we have The World Without My Sister Who Everyone Loves. This manhwa is about Sina, a person who get constantly compared to her sister Lorena, who has the appearance of the gold hair and pale skin. This made her look like a lovely lady in everyone's eyes, while Sina has a dark brown hair color and golden skin type that made her look gloomy by her sister. Sina is a pushover to her sister who has everyone's sides. That's why she never disobey her even when the thing she asks for is something outrageous and insane. And when they both become as adult, Sina got framed by her sister and show her real desire on Sina's life. She wants Sina's life to become miserable knowing that someone like her as her has the life that she wanted the most. So apparently Sina and her sister is not actually related by blood but with bond. But knowing that Sina knows the alter motive of her so-called sister, I doubt she's going to give in. Also on Sina First Life, her sister constantly draining her power and transferring it to her, saying that Sina has a little amount of holy power, that's why she want to give her some holy power. This manhwa is really good. It can make your blood at the first chapters of the story, but it got a little boring in the middle because we get to read again a Duke father who don't show affection to his child and suddenly has a change of heart. At number 4 we have The One Girl Changed the World. This manhwa is about Lila, a princess who is direct descendant of the first princess Lilia, whose mutation was having been born with absolutely no magic at all. But that is what everyone thinks she is, but in reality, she has power of all the element in that you can think of. She also has the same power like the emperor who she never saw in her life. But when she got caught up in the library using her power by the emperor, she thought that it's the dead end. She planned on skipping that time, but she was shocked that the emperor did not do anything to her. Instead, he advised her to not use her power in front of everyone. And along the way to escape this kingdom, she meet the son of the duke in the prison that no one can enter, and the idea of using him as the person who will protect her when the times get thug pop up. She started to make a plan on healing his mother in order to make him get hopes to live. She also give him food and every necessary need that the young duke needs. This manhwa is a very funny manhwa. Yet it has a really satisfying revenge knowing that everyone thought that she has not power at all. But then she'll surprise everyone with her power that has the same attribute like the emperor. At number 3 we have The Hidden Saintess. This manhwa is about Maria, a person who was chosen as the saintess of their kingdom. However, the aristocrats of the empire couldn't stand the fact that the new saintess was born as a commoner, so they decided to kill the saintess' parents and lock her up in an ivory tower that restrict her from seeing anyone. But when Maria turned 15, the nobles found out that her blood could cure everything that is under the sun, and so they started to cut her into pristine body and drain blood just to satisfy their own selfish interest. But when a knight saved the saintess from that miserable situation, they got chased down until the scientist died, and that when the reincarnation of the saintess woke up from her sleep. This manhwa is really interesting because it has the real idea of reincarnation. It has a good plot when you're seeking for a manhwa that has romance and drama into it. At number 2 we have The Saintess Secret That Night. This manhwa is about Saintess Aristella, who sealed the goddess of lust to her body from the imprisonment in the temple of Wigmentor, where she could not escape forever, but she sometimes felt hot and her consciousness flew away because of the power that the goddess of lust has. And so the priests and knights in the temple got seduced by the power of the goddess inside her who gets stronger as the days go by. This manhwa is kinda unusual for a saintess type of manhwa, but it has a really great story behind the very main plot of the story. It also kinda unique to have a goddess of lust in the picture of manhwa, since most of the saintess manhwa used to have holy power and such. So if you're looking for a manhwa that has a genre to spicy up your reading experience, then this manhwa might be for you. At number 1 we have Get Out of My Way. I'll decide the ending now. This manhwa is about Hyeon Kong, a person who died in the office due to overwork that her manager pushes her to do. And when she gets reincarnated, she got the body of the character Belita Olden, the daughter of the Marquis who possessed perfect lineage and superior beauty. But unlike her appearance, she has a bad temper that made her known as the Villainess of the Empire. Belita was born and raised in the Olden family, which is known as the Pears of the Empire. And because of that, Belita gets to intimidate the female protagonist of the story that made her to get all the hate from the 4 different male-led. And because of how Belita keep on pressing the female lead, she ended up getting killed by the 4 male lead. But Hyeon Kong has a different side into this story. Because of the fact that she knows every detail of the story give her more advantage to create her own story. Thus manhwa is really amazing and it has a lot of things you can look forward as a reader. If you're looking for a manhwa to keep you interested in every chapter, then this manhwa might be for you. And that's all for today's recommendation. I hope you guys find a manhwa that caught your interest. If you have any recommendations of manhwa for me to read or to put on my next video, please let me know in the comment section and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you and keep safe.